Welcome to the latest episode of Abroad Talk Show with Noreen. Today we have a very special guest with us who's not only an expert in international admissions, but a true global connector. So joining us is Mr. Tyson, Associate Director of North America Recruitment at EduCo USA. Welcome to Study Square, sir.
Thank you, Noreen. Nice to meet you. Nice to be here.
Thank
you.
All right, so how's your time been in Kathmandu so far? Have you got the time to explore the city, try any local dishes?
I have, yeah. Kathmandu is great. I love the Nepali people, always very welcoming and always great to be here.
All right, that sounds great.
Yeah.
So we are very thrilled to have you here. And this interview is going to be for all the students who were unable to attend today's session.
Sure.
So shall we get started?
That'd be great.
All right, so right off the bat, let's start with a quick introduction of EduCo's partner institutions.
Great. So we have 11 partner universities in the United States. These are all very high-ranking universities that we've already helped Nepali students join. So we have Nepali students already at our universities, and we'd love to have more. We really enjoy our Nepali students. Stevens Institute of Technology, University of Maryland, Baltimore County, Arkansas State. Those are very popular. We also have University of West Florida. We have Minnesota State, Duquesne University, Brandeis, Seattle Pacific. Those are just a few of the universities that we have. And again, very good universities, and looking forward to having more Nepali students.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Speaking of the universities, which courses are the most in demand as of now?
Right now, the most popular programs are the STEM programs, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. So these types of programs are very popular, number one, because students are getting a lot of jobs when they graduate.
Yeah.
You know, the job market right now in the US for international students, it's good. You know, the main purpose is to come for a degree, right? But students want to get some extra experience when they graduate. And so students can get jobs with the student visa after they graduate. And they can actually work up to 3 years after graduation.
That sounds great.
With a STEM program. So computer science, engineering, business analytics, data science, these types of programs are very popular right now.
Right. So STEM courses are the need of the hour, right? Considering the job prospects. So, okay, now moving on, a major concern for most of our students is the high tuition fee and high living costs. So, for example, a university might have an affordable tuition cost, but then it's located in a high-cost city, then that just brings the student to square one, right? So, considering both of these aspects, if you could recommend one or like top 3 institutions from your partners.
Sure. You know, we have some universities that are very, very affordable. So, for example, Minnesota State Mankato. It's a large public university, very affordable tuition, about $12,000 per year. And the cost of living is low because it's not located in a big city.
Right.
So for the students who are on a smaller budget, yes, you know, we have very affordable universities, and then we have universities also that are not in big cities. Being in a college town and a university town means the living expenses are going to be much lower.
All right, that sounds great. Like if both it will help students to create that balance.
Correct.
Right? Especially international students coming from South Asian families. So that was a major concern, but now that sounds good. That's a relief for the students. So again, speaking of money, I bet a lot of our students would love to know about scholarships. So how can they compete for that? And are there any sports scholarships in your institutions?
Right, yeah. Scholarships, that's one of the number one questions I get from international students. So the most important thing for scholarships is your high school grades. Okay, universities in the US are most concerned about how you did in high school. So make sure you get good grades. This is the most important thing. A lot of students, they take the SAT test. Sometimes the SAT will help you to get more scholarships. Sometimes extracurricular activities, you know, maybe you've been involved with some clubs at high school. Those things all help, but the number one thing is your grades from high school. Universities in the US give scholarships up to 50, 60, 70% for bachelor students. Okay, so yeah, we can help with that.
Yeah, that sounds good. So yeah, if you go to like one of their universities, you know that the tuition will be affordable as well as the daily expenses. On top of that, the cherry on the cake is a scholarship.
Right. Yep. Okay. Absolutely.
So now most of your partner institutions do not have an application fee, if I'm right.
We have application fee waivers for 6 universities.
Okay.
And then the other universities, we do have the application fee, but it's not too expensive, anywhere from $20 to $50.
Okay. And how about I-20 deposit?
I-20 deposit, we have a few universities that do require the deposit, but it's not too expensive. But most of our universities, you apply for admission and you can request the I-20 without any sort of deposit.
Okay, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
All right, so how about on-campus accommodation and students who opt for these accommodations? Do they get any meal plans or any other facilities? What can they look forward to?
Sure. So for bachelor students, definitely try to live on campus for at least 1 year.
Right.
This is my suggestion. I've been working with international students for 14 years, and the students who live on campus, they do better. They have more opportunities because they get to meet people. You're going all the way to the US. Obviously, the degree you're getting is important. Your studies are important, but at the same time, your social life is very important. So
definitely. Networking.
Getting involved, meeting people, joining the student organizations. This is all really important. So try to live on campus. That's my recommendation. But if you don't want to live on campus, then it's, at some universities, we have the option to live off campus. Okay, so that is possible. Especially if you're a master's student, you don't need to live on campus. We have on-campus apartments, but a lot of our master's students, they will live off campus. Very close, within walking distance, but they can live off campus. If you're an undergrad student, a younger student, try to live on campus for at least 1 year. That's my advice.
Is that a compulsion for them?
Some universities require it, some don't. It depends on the university.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, on that note, how about transportation? Since, if you're not living on campus and you're living far away, then again, that's another very difficult aspect, right?
Right.
So how about that? Do you think they should have a car, or do you think public transportation will suffice?
Yeah, for the most part, at least when you first get to the university, you don't need a car. Okay, so if you're living on campus, obviously you don't need a car. Everything's going to be very close together. The universities in the US and the ones that we're working with are big universities, so you have all the facilities you need on campus. Restaurants, coffee shops, everything is right there. So it's very, very convenient for students. If you do live off campus, you can live close enough where maybe you just have a bicycle or you walk to campus. If you want to get a car, sure, but it's not necessary. You don't need to get a car.
That's nice.
Yeah.
All right. So how about class sizes? Like, what's the class size like, and how do you think, that's going to help the students?
Yeah, class sizes at the universities in the US are very small. Most universities will have 15 to 1 student faculty ratio, or a 20 to 1
That's really
student.
Cool.
Yeah, so on average you have like 20 students for every professor, or even less. So yeah, the class sizes at the universities in the US are small. You get to know your professors. That's what's great. Especially as you move along, as you get into year 2, year 3, year 4, even the class sizes get smaller so you have a lot of interaction with your professors. So that's what makes the system in the US, the education system, very good, is the interactions you can have with your professors.
So I'm pretty sure, like, if there's any student who's shy or an introvert, they'll have to step out of their comfort zone and talk to their professor, right?
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
All right. So again, on that same topic, what's the minimum credit hour requirement?
So most bachelor's students, just to give you an idea, it's a 4-year degree in the US. You earn the bachelor's typically over 4 years. And usually you take 30 credits per year, which is 10 courses. Okay, so you take 5 courses the first semester, 5 courses the second semester, and that's 30 credits for 1 year. So you you build those credits up, and typically it takes 4 years to earn the bachelor's degree. Master's degree usually is anywhere from 30 to 36 credits. Okay, so most students finish the master's degree in about 1.5 years. We have some students, they want to finish it really early. They want to do it as fast as possible. We have some programs that will you can earn the master's in 1 year. Some students, they decide they want to extend it a little bit and take their time. It might take 2 years.
2 years,
but normally for master's, 1.5 years.
All right. Okay, so now I noticed like many of your institutions, they do not require any SAT, right? They do not require students to appear for SAT.
That's right.
So are there any alternative tests that they have to appear for, maybe for some particular programs?
Yeah, the most important thing is IELTS, TOEFL, Duolingo. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to take a language test. You can take any of those. I recommend for bachelor students, you need to try to get at least a 6 on the IELTS, 71 on the TOEFL, a 105 on Duolingo. Okay, that's for bachelors. Master's students, a little bit higher requirement, normally 6.5 minimum IELTS, TOEFL minimum 79, and Duolingo around 120, 120 for Duolingo.
All right.
But SAT not required.
In all of them, or just like, are there any institutions that do require SAT?
Not required. Not required.
Not at all.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, for our schools. Now, yeah, obviously there are schools in the US that still require SAT, but the trend right now is to do away with SAT and focus more on the students' grades from high school. That's more important for the university.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, that's a relief, right?
It's
like one exam to, you don't need to go for that exam.
Correct.
So again, okay. So as you mentioned, class sizes are very small and they get smaller as they proceed, right?
Right.
So that I think is like very different from our education system when it comes to like both Nepalese and Indian students. We are more used to like huge class sizes, right? And that's how we can like just hide and not talk to the teachers. So how do you think students can, adjust to the American education system? If you could share your pearls of wisdom.
Wow, yeah, that's a great question. It's really important for Nepali students to understand that everything is going to be kind of done online. Okay, so you're going to be attending courses in person with your professors, with other students. But it's important to know how to access the course materials online, because the in-person class will still have most of the information, the assignments, the grading. A lot of things are going to be done online. So that's one thing I noticed that students kind of struggle with at the beginning, is realizing like, hey, like all of this course material is through the website. So you can really do a lot of preparation and get ready for the upcoming class by following the portal and the information that the professors will post information on the portal. So you really need to follow along with that so that you're ready when you go to the class. That's the most important thing I noticed.
Okay. All right, so now coming to the culture and lifestyle, again, that's a very important aspect, something that maybe not a lot of students would be used to. So now we have heard of the term freshman 15, which refers to the tendency of usually first year students either gaining or losing 15 pounds in their first year due to the lifestyle changes. So what's your perspective on that, and how can students like avoid such drastic physical changes?
Right. My recommendation is always like stay involved. You want to try to make as many friends as you can. Right. Do all the activities. There's going to be activities for the international students specifically, you know, like the International Student Organization.
Right.
Join that, get involved. You know, maybe there's going to be some sports clubs. Okay, even some of the universities. I know cricket is popular in Nepal. You know, maybe you play sports, whatever sports you play. There's going to be a club. There's going to be a sports club specifically for you.
Okay.
Join that. Get involved. You know. So there are ways to stay healthy. We have the universities will have a fitness center. Okay.
Oh, wow.
You can join this for free. Okay. You'll have a student ID card. And with your student ID card, you can get into the fitness center.
Right.
Okay. You'll see a lot of students there working out. The food options on campus, they're healthy. The food is very good. It's healthy. You don't have to do the dishes. That's what I like.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
I lived on campus for 4 years, and I went to the cafeteria because it was great. You never had to. Yeah. You eat and then you just leave the food
Not
and
my headache.
go somewhere else.
Right.
So yeah, there are ways to stay safe and healthy, and you know, our universities also have support services for international students. So like if you're feeling, you know, homesick or maybe depressed, you know, that happens. That's a lot of students go through that.
Yeah.
You're a young student. You're a long way from home. Your family is 10,000 miles away.
Right. Time zone difference.
You might feel like, you know, like you need some extra help. We have those services at the universities.
Right.
Okay, so you can go, you can get some counseling if you need it. We have a health center at the university as well. Like if you get a cold, if you're not feeling well, you can go to the health center. So there are, you know, going back to your original question, get involved. You know, don't worry too much about freshman 15.
Yeah. Okay.
Eat whatever you want. That's fine. But stay active. You know, that's my advice.
Right.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that, you know, these institutions have not just like support services for not just like for physical fitness, but also mental fitness, right? Because that's very important. Until and unless you're completely healthy up there, you know, it'll just reflect on you on the outside, right?
That's right.
So moving on, what are the top 5 things that you think students should do or prepare before coming to the US?
Right. Great question. Top 5 things. So look at where the university is located. You want to get an idea of like, are you going to be in a big city? Are you going to be in a small town? We have great universities at both. So it's important for the students, know where you're going to live, you know. That's really important. I would, like I said before, get familiar with the online system. A lot of the course materials and a lot of the things the professors post are going to be posted online. Okay, so you need to get ready for that.
Yeah.
Universities in the US send a lot of emails. Okay, you have to be checking your email. This is very important.
Right.
International students sometimes, you know, maybe you get like so many emails you don't pay attention, but you have to pay attention to your emails. Very important.
Right.
Get involved. That's number 4.
Yeah.
Get involved, meet people. Number 5, you know, I would say maybe just 4. I don't know. Those 4.
Okay.
I don't know what the 5th one is. I'll come back on that.
All right. Definitely. Or maybe once we like
5 is a lot, but the top 4 for me, out of all those, I would say the most important, get involved.
Right.
Because I've seen a lot of students, they come to the university, the ones that really participate after 4 years, they're like the best students. They're getting the best jobs.
Right.
Their English is really good. Okay. The students who like maybe they just stayed at home and didn't really participate, like they're good students. They have a good degree, but they missed out on a lot. You know, they missed out on a lot.
Like they're just cooped up in their rooms, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So I'm sure after watching this, students will feel a lot more confident for applying to the US, right? So future students is crystal clear now. EduCo is the first step towards fulfilling your American dream, right? So thank you so much again, Mr. Tyson.
Thank you, Norman.